Hey, Nick, I'm sorry to bother you when you're working, but is there any chance you can come home right now?
What? Why? Is everything okay?
She's standing right in front of the house again.
Who's she?
The same lady who was looking into our house just last week. She's with her kid again, and she's been looking into the house for a long time.
What? Seriously? Thought I dealt with that woman already. Alicia, you didn't go out and talk to her by yourself, did you?
No, of course not. I'm not that reckless. And I have Lindsay with me too. I can't risk anything happening to us.
Good. You don't have to do anything. When I went to talk to her last week, she wasn't really making any sense. I don't even think she's sane, so I don't want you and Lindsay to go anywhere near her.
How am I supposed to go near her when she's right outside of our house? She's still there looking in. What should I do?
Don't do anything. I wrote down her contact info when I talked to her last week. I'll see if I can get a hold of her.
Is that safe? Why did you ask for her contact info anyways?
Well, I thought we might need it in case we decide to talk to the police. Anyways, I will deal with this. Make sure you guys stay safe inside the house.
Well, yeah, but if you have her contact info, shouldn't we talk to the police already? Since this is the second time?
I thought about that too. But we have to think about that kid she's with.
What do you mean?
When I talked to her last week, she told me that her daughter's the same age as Lindsay.
So? Why should that matter?
Think about it. That means her kid is only 2. I know that woman is creepy, but I can't bring myself to report a mother of a 2-year-old girl. It just doesn't feel right.
I know what you're saying. But we can't let her keep harassing us either.
Yeah, I know that. Let's give her one last chance. I'm going to talk to her again, but if she still comes back after this, we'll report her.
Okay. If that's what you want, I'll respect that. It does make me feel bad when I think about the fact that she has a daughter who's the same age as Lindsay.
Okay. I will see if I can get a hold of her right now. Either way, I will try to see if I can leave work early today.
Okay, thanks. But what should I do?
What do you mean?
Well, what if she comes back again? It's not like you can stay home every day to protect us. What if she tries to barge into our house while you're away?
I doubt she would try anything like that after I seriously warn her. But if you're so concerned, maybe you could go somewhere while I'm at work. Like, ask someone you can trust to take you guys in during the day. Would that make you feel safer?
Yeah, I guess. Who should I ask? Maybe your sister?
Catherine? But she's pretty busy with her own kid right now. This might be asking too much from her. You don't have any friends who don't have kids?
Well, there are a few. I'm sure someone would be able to take us in if I explain the situation.
Great! Why don't you do that then? I'll drive you guys there and back. We can try this and see how it goes. It's a bit inconvenient for you and your friend, but it's still better than anything happening to you and Lindsay.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Alicia, how are things at home? Has that lady come back at all?
No, I haven't seen her lately. But I wouldn't know if she comes back while we're at my friend's house, so... that could be the reason.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, let's keep doing this for now, just to be safe. You think your friend is okay with that?
Yeah, she understands the situation. But I can't stay at her place forever. It's already been a week. I don't want to overstay my welcome.
Right. Well, I warned her that we'll call the police next time, so hopefully she got the message.
Yeah, I hope so. I know I asked you this already, but... are you sure you don't know her from somewhere?
Of course not! I've never seen her before this. What about you?
Well, I've never seen her either. I wonder why she would bother us like this if neither of us know her. Did she say anything to you when you talked to her?
No, she doesn't say anything. But it was clear that she has a bit of an issue. I feel like she just does things for no reason.
But why our house? Why would you do that without any reason?
How would I know how a crazy person's mind works? But who knows? Maybe she's bothering other people too.
I'm sure I would hear about that from others if that was the case. But I've not heard anything from any of the neighbors so far.
I guess that's true. Well, I don't care as long as she stays away from us. It's just a waste of our time to try to figure out the reason behind her behavior.
Well, yeah, but... do you really think this is over?
It better be over. I want to avoid reporting to the police. I don't want to feel like I'm the bad guy. It's not worth it for a crazy person.
I guess.
Oh, but you have to tell me if you happen to see her around again. I will deal with the situation then when we do call the police. She's not sane, so I don't even want you to try talking to her yourself.
Okay, I'll let you know if anything ever happens again. Hey, Alicia, do you have a minute? Oh, hi, Catherine. What's up? Is everything okay? I don't know how to put this, but I don't appreciate you constantly asking me to watch after your daughter. You've been hounding me non-stop every day for a week straight. I know we're family and all, but I think you still have to respect boundaries. Huh? What do you mean? Are you saying that I've been asking you to take care of our daughter at your place? I think you misunderstand something because I've never done that. What do you mean? Nick has been coming by and dropping Lindsay off at our place every morning. Don't act like you don't know anything. What? He has? Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Why would I lie about something like this? And you are the one who's been lying, if anyone. You guys told me that you've been sick, but I know that you've been going out. I was doing this as a favor because Nick insisted, but... don't you feel bad for your kid? I'm not lying about anything. I have no idea what you're talking about anyways. Lindsay is here with me. What? She's with you? Who is this kid, then? Honestly, I have no idea. Nick hasn't told me anything. Seriously, whose kid is it? Stop messing with me. You're just joking, right? No, I really don't know what this is about. Did Nick say to you that she's our Lindsay? Of course. Like I said earlier, he's the one who's been bringing her here. And it's obvious when you look at her face. Her face? Last time you saw Lindsay was right after her birth, wasn't it? You recognize her even though it's been 2 years since then? Of course I recognize her. I can still see some trace of her from back then. And she looks just like her father. She looks like Nick? Yes, she reminds me of Nick a lot. Especially her eyes. They're the exact same colored eyes. I can definitely tell that she's Nick's daughter without a single doubt. She resembles him that much? Are you so sure of it? Yes, of all people I should know, I'm his sister. Either way, you only have one daughter, right? You're not going to tell me some crazy story like Lindsay actually has a twin sister or something? No, of course not. It's just her. And she looks more like me, not Nick. What? She does? Especially her eyes. Her eyes are blue, like mine. But if that girl's eyes remind you of Nick's, she must have green eyes. Yes, she does. So, you aren't joking then? No, she is definitely not my child. I can send you a picture of Lindsay if you don't believe me. Well, if that's the case, whose child is she? I have no clue. Could you send me some pictures of her? Sure, I can do that, but what are you going to do? I'll ask Nick what this is all about. I'm sure it's not going to be a pleasant conversation. Could you just not say anything to Nick just yet? He's coming to pick her up later, right? Yes, that's how it's been. Well, okay then. I'm sorry to have caused you so much trouble, but please bear with me on this. Hey Nick, are you done at work?
Yeah, moments ago. I'm just on my way home now.
Oh, good timing then. I have something I want to ask you about.
That came from out of nowhere. What is this about?
That kid you've been asking Catherine to take care of? Whose daughter is she?
Wait. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the kid you've been telling your sister is Lindsay. Catherine messaged me today about how she doesn't appreciate having to take care of our daughter for a week straight. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You can explain then, right?
Wait, don't get the wrong idea. It's nothing like that when you hear the whole story.
Just cut to the chase already.
She's my boss's daughter. He had some stuff going on and asked me to take her in for a bit.
Why didn't you just bring her here if that was the case?
Well, we had that peeping woman thing going on. I didn't think anything would happen, but I couldn't risk anything happening to my boss's kid.
Okay, I get that. But then, why did you need to lie about it to your sister then? And why did you not tell me? It's not something you need to hide, is it?
Well, no, but I thought... To me, she's my boss's child. But to my sister, she's still just a stranger. And I didn't think she would have agreed to take her on if I told her the truth. But I couldn't think of anyone else to turn to.
And that's why you lied. Even though you expected her to take care of this kid for a week? You didn't think that was too selfish?
Well, it was supposed to only be for a few days initially. But the timing didn't work out with the boss, and it just kept getting extended.
You could have come out and be honest about it then.
I guess I could have. But it was hard for me to admit that I was lying initially at that point. That's why I couldn't tell her the truth. I'm sorry.
What are you being sorry to me for? If anyone, you should apologize to your sister.
You are right. I will probably explain to her what happened and apologize.
And what are you planning on doing with that little girl now? If her parents still need her to stay somewhere else, we can take her in.
No, I think I need to put my foot down. I'll talk to my boss honestly. And tell him that I can't do this for him anymore.
Are you gonna be okay?
It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have agreed to do this lightly to begin with. I can't let you or Catherine deal with the consequences anymore.
Okay, if you say so. I just want to ask one last time, just to be sure. She really is the daughter of your boss, right? There are no more lies anymore?
Of course not. I know it's hard to believe anything I say right now, but it's the truth, I swear.
Okay. If that's the truth, I believe you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, I finished all I had to do at work today. Now I can finally focus on the weekend.
You deserve it. Considering how a lot has happened this week. You must be extra exhausted this week.
Well, I know all the incidents that happened with Catherine. I brought that on myself. But I guess I also had to deal with that strange lady and all. She hasn't come back since, has she?
Nope, not that I know of.
Okay, good. I think we both deserve a relaxing weekend. I think I'll pour myself a nice cold beer when I come home. You'd have some too, right?
I think you should hold off on your beer. It's not polite when you have guests over.
Guests? What do you mean? Who are they?
Catherine and that strange lady.
Strange lady? Who?
That lady who kept peeping inside our house?
What? Why?
I think you, of all people, know the reason. Or do you need me to explain?
No, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're saying. Either way, you shouldn't let an insane person come into our house. What if something happens?
You shouldn't call her insane.
What do you mean? Did you forget that she was stalking us with her child next to her? If she's not insane, I don't know who is. You were scared of her too, remember?
You shouldn't talk about her like that. After all, isn't she your precious mistress and the mother of your other child? You should treat her with more respect.
Alicia, what are you talking about? Are you accusing me of having an affair? It's not the time for a bad joke. Especially one involving a kid.
I heard you guys broke up 2 years ago. Because Lindsay was born. But it turns out that she was also pregnant at the same time as me. Of course she would have a hard time forgiving you.
She said that? How could you believe in anything that a crazy person says? Of course she's lying!
She showed me the result of her daughter's paternity test. And she showed me her daughter's picture, too. I know your sister told me that she looked a lot like you, but now I know why.
Well, I think she faked it. The whole thing.
I don't think so. Even if that was the case, we would be able to tell if it was fake. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Alicia, I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
So you admit what you did then?
Well, yeah, but I really ended everything with her 2 years ago. I didn't even know that she was pregnant. I know that having an affair was very stupid of me. But I really changed my heart when Lindsay was born.
Then why did she have to come out and do this now? Pulling your sister into this mess? Why did you agree to take care of her daughter anyways?
I didn't have any choice. She threatened that she would tell you everything if I didn't cooperate. Then she started asking for financial support. And she asked me to take care of her daughter as well. Either way, she's insane!
And you thought that it's a good idea to ask Catherine to take care of that child. The child you had with your ex-mistress? I think you lack a sense of morals.
But it's all her fault! I didn't want to do that either, but she left me with no choice. I tried to turn her down one time. And that's when she started bothering us by standing outside our window. What was I supposed to do?
So what? Are you trying to tell me that you're the victim here?
I'm not trying to tell you anything! I'm saying I am a victim! She threatened to tell you everything if I didn't listen to her! I couldn't help it!
Isn't this all happening because you cheated to begin with? Don't you feel bad about that at all?
I wouldn't have cheated with her if I'd known how troublesome she is!
I think what really needs to be said right now is, I wouldn't have married you if I had known how much of an asshole you are.
What? What are you saying? You can't divorce me! You don't mean that! Do you know just how much you guys mean to me right now?
Well, you should have realized that before you cheated on me. Then, this whole thing wouldn't have happened. But either way, I'm sure with you being an insane, crazy person and all, I would have divorced you sooner or later. After that, Nick came home and he, Catherine, and even his ex-mistress and I all talked. As a result, Nick and I decided to get a divorce. Even though his affair was already over 2 years ago, apparently my lawyer thought that I could get a larger divorce settlement, so I decided to ask for more alimony as well. Because it wasn't simply just an affair, and he also had a child with his mistress, I was able to receive a pretty big settlement amount. I did hesitate a bit to ask for so much alimony, considering he has to support his other child and mistress as well. But he did have an affair and lied to me about it, so I guess I shouldn't feel too bad. I became a single mother because of this, but it's so worth it to have the guy who cheated on me and got his mistress pregnant gone from my daughter's life.